And welcome back, folks. I am tbham, and this is the third and deciding match between Sad and Mineskiller from the XT in-house tournament, round number 2. Our players, starting in the bottom left, the pink Protoss, it is Sad. And his opponent, trying out some interesting Swarm Host Nidus play from game number 2, but coming out on the short end of that one, it's the Red Zerg player, Mineskiller. There's only one Nidus, Sad. Oh, but it's a secret. It's a secret. He doesn't want to tell his sweet strats. That game actually started out. Mineskiller attempted to take a hatchery right in Sad's base. And for the first game of the series, Sad's actually going to put his pylon down at his natural. Looks like he might actually do a Forge expand or a Nexus first. Whirlwind is the map to do it on. However, he is getting templed. Mines is going for a quick aggression, and if Sad tries for just a Nexus first, he's going to have a rough time holding this off. Wow. Sweet BM. Oh my. However, this Overlord is going to scout to the north first, so it's going to be a little bit before his second Overlord is able to get over there, since he does wait so long to get the second Overlord with the Tim pool. He is overdroning to 11. So it's probably just going to be a nice swell of lings, see how much they can take out after that. This drone is actually going to scout also. Likely, where's he going first? He's going over here first, so you will see it. It is a Forge first for Sad. Sadly for Sad, funny. He is scouting, and he's just going to take the long way to get there. He's going to the top left. He'd probably go top right and then over to Fairham where his opponent is, and by that time there's going to be lings up in his face. So unless he builds a cannon right now, and he's not, he's actually just going to go for his Nexus. You would expect this kind of play to work on Whirlwind, given how big it is. This drone has found where Sad is, and these lings are going to start going over there right now. More lings and a queen on the way. Mineskiller might just win this game with just these lings. He's going to come in here and kind of harass this probe a little bit. First cannon is going down, but there is absolutely no wall. Sad does not know yet, and now he sees the lings coming in. He knows it's a temple. He's probably going to have to, he's going to pull all of his drones. He wants to try to save that cannon. It's not going to happen. This may be a quick game here. All these probes are going to try to save this pylon because he wants to have that gateway going to work, but it's not. The pylon is down. More lings on the way. Queen in his main base already injecting. He's going to have a nice production coming out. These probes are just going to be here trying to pseudo wall off and attack all these lings here. A huge supply block right now because of that pylon going down, and he's unable to build a cannon. Still hasn't canceled his Nexus. He thinks he can hold this right now. He has a chance. Mineskiller is going to expand behind this, but right now Sad's going to lose a lot of drones, a lot of probes. Excuse me. Close enough. Workers are currently even, so unless these lings can do a lot more damage. And right now, oh goodness, when did this happen? When did this happen? There's a hatch in Sad's base, and it is quite out of vision. He may eventually see creep coming in right at this edge, but I don't think that creep will extend there until there's already a queen out and probably some lings. And he's going for a roach warren also, so he wants to have roaches popping out of this one. He actually canceled his natural hatchery, and Sad still hasn't actually scouted. He's only gone up to the top left still. He is on 2 bases right now, and he does have a lot of probes out, but there's nothing that can really defend this. Once this hatchery finishes, he's going to start making, he'll probably make a queen out of that so he can inject and creep spread, and just going to start throwing out roaches. And I'm curious if he didn't even get speed. No, he didn't even get link speed, so he's just going pure roaches right now. Whenever he's able to do so. His hatch is almost complete, and he's still, Sad has not seen it yet. This is going to be quite the shock to him when he sees a bunch of roaches in his face from his own base. What was that that's moving over there? His Overlord is actually moving over right now. But there's not even, Cybercore isn't up yet. It's just this one Forge and Gateway. Cybercore is just now coming, and this creep, wow, it's actually spreading the best way possible, and he just now sees the creep. He sees the creep in his base, but it doesn't show up as red, so if he's not looking at his actually at his main, he won't actually know. There is one roach over here right now. Sad has seen. No, he didn't even get the probe in there to see the roach warren. He did see that there was no natural, so something is going on. He's just gonna give up on this main base. He's given the main base up completely. These roaches are gonna take it out eventually, and this queen here is gonna start injecting, and he's gonna try to rely on some cannons at his front. That's about all he has. And he does have a nice amount of workers right now, but he's just going to be back on one base is all. And he just has no units to hold it off. We're bringing a Zealot first right now. He doesn't really have gas to try to go for, some sentries to just force field his ramp and keep all these units that he's made inside of his main base here. Another queen coming out, so he can creep spread and inject at the same time. It's just a lot of pain coming for him, and Mines is taking his own natural, his actual natural now. These roaches here are going to take out this Nexus with a lot of chrono on it even. Stargate is going to be Sad's response. Some Void Rays could do a fair amount of damage, but there's just nothing to stop these roaches right now. There's 2 cannons, well 3 cannons and a Zealot, but only 2 cannons are really going to be able to do anything, be able to attack for a while. Some drones coming in, 4 spine crawlers. So eventually when this creep comes over here, he's going to be able to put some spy crawlers. I'm not sure what Sad means by that. I think these two have played quite a few games together, and it seems that Mineskiller likes to play like this. That is extremely aggressive play, and it's worked out for him so far. He's still sitting on just 21 workers right now, so he's still behind on workers, but killing his own pylon actually right now. I guess he didn't really want to be walled. He wants to be able to go attack. And Void Rays are going to be coming out. Void Rays are probably his best bet of getting anything done. These queens here will be able to do a good amount of damage, and he actually already has a Spore Crawler up too. So the Spore Crawler and Spine are going to move over, and he's kind of going to make his own little siege area up in Sad's former main base. So once the Void Rays come out and start attacking, he's just going to fall back to the Spore Crawler and queens and be pretty much fine. Yeah. First forward is going to come over, and he now sees that there's a Spore Crawler here and these 2 queens. The Zealot's going to walk in here, see what's going on. You see those are natural, and there's actually 2 roaches back here defending. So Sad's in a rough spot. He's going to have 2 Voiders out here in a minute, and adding on one more gateway, but creep spread is just getting out of control. He's eventually going to have nowhere to build, really. Building another cannon, but Spores and Spines are going to be able to attack this cannon that's building here. Spore will be able to keep back the Void Rays, and he's got a healthy amount of lava here. He's building more queens. So he knows the Voiders going to be coming out. He wants to have queens over here to defend. What an intriguing little play. Oh, scary little spine crawlers here, doing some work, taking out the creep tumors. That's a nice tiny win. Mothership Core finally out, but it's going to get taken out before it actually does any good. 2 Void Rays trying to go to work. They're going to get taken out as well. Roach is coming down, and Void Ray does survive. Void Ray did find a way to survive. 1 kill, 2 kills on each Void Rays, or 2 kills for 1 Void, or 1 kill for the other one. So up to 3 kills right now, but just tech and worker lead is going to skyrocket in Mine's favor. Sad is taking a kind of a hidden base over here. Hasn't yet been scouted. There is a Ling, but it doesn't have speed, so it's going to take a long time to search all these bases. And for now, Sad is just going to try to get as many Void Rays out as he can and do some work. He's going to try to go for the Spore Crawler, but the 3 queens, the queens can actually also transfuse the Spore Crawlers. The Spore Crawler's not going to die for a long time. And yeah, Sad's in a rough spot. This Nexus has finished. He could throw down a lot of tech over here and try to hide it and just bum rush Mineskiller and take a win. And kind of giving up on this base back here. Some more Spore Crawlers and some more Spine Crawlers coming in for Mineskiller up in this base. And Lair is just about to finish now, as long as well as an Evolution Chamber. Probably going to go make a Hydra Den to kind of really counter those voids as well. Only up to 3 gas at the moment though. So Hydrogen or Spire, either one. He's getting actually Overlord speed. I think he might realize that there's probably going to be another Nexus somewhere, and he's trying to scout around for it right now. And these queens started to attack something. Spine collars are in range of some of these probes if they're over here on this gas, so it's made this gas completely worthless. They're eventually going to be able to attack the Nexus as well, and all he really has are these 4 Void Rays, some Zealots, and a couple Stalkers. Yeah, the Spine collars are starting to go to work on the Nexus, so he's going to have to rely on this little base up here. He's making some cannons up here. These Lings will eventually find it. You would expect hidden bases to be here or in one of these corners. Void Rays trying to push in and get some work done, but transfuses, queens, and everything else that Mines had here is going to do a fair bit of damage. He's going to survive with this one Void Ray maybe, but still 2 queens alive. The Stalkers and Zealots will clean it up eventually, as well as this next Warp In. So this will finally get cleaned up, but this base is completely worthless right now for Sad. He's have to rely on this being his second base, and it's a mile away from his main. 2 queens do finally die, so everything is now finally dead over here. But he still has an army supply lead, and he's probably going to take his third base here in a second, as Sad is trying to make some proxy pylons over here. This Ling is almost scouting, hasn't quite gotten there yet, hasn't quite seen this yet. He is trying to find, there's got to be a base somewhere, he knows that. There's no base where you've expected here or here. He did have his Overlord here earlier, so he knows there's not a base there. Voider over here. There's still nothing that can really push away these Void Rays. There is a Spire though, and either I would expect Mutas to come out against these Void Rays rather than coverage or anything. But he definitely just wants to have something to get rid of those, be able to attack the Void Rays at the very least. Yeah, Sad hasn't really seen anything. And these Queens are going to try to snipe off this Void Ray, but they do get a fair amount of hull damage in. But the Void Ray does escape with its life. But these 3 Queens, almost like these 3 Queens, huh? Religion, it's funny. So are going to be able to push the Void Ray away. Hatch finally is cleaned up over here. There is all this creep here, and there is no Robo. It is going to be 12 Mutas, 4 Mineskiller to attack all these Void Rays. And Mutas do alright against Void Rays. Yeah. Once he still doesn't move this Ling up here to see this base, so he still doesn't know it's there, technically. But if he thinks he's playing against one base Protoss, he could take some risks that are necessary and throw away a lot of units and let Sad get back in this game. And these Mutas are going to pop in here and go right after these Void Rays. And the Void Rays are going to try to run with the lies, but sad story, Void Rays. Mutas are faster than you. And he's going to fall back to these cannons and add some more Stalkers in. But he's going to try to add a third base in, which Mineskiller might just think is his second. Which again, it can work in Sad's favor. Still not much tech out for Sad. He's just kind of on this one Stargate that is trying to make some units, but he's actually going to fly his Mutas in there and lose a few of them for basically nothing. The Void Rays did not die there. Stalkers and Cannon pushed them back. So right now he's kind of throwing some things away. Sad actually has a worker lead, and he's only down by 20 supply right now. But it's just a tech thing right now. 4 Corruptors are about to hit the field. +1 air attack is going to be finishing soon, and at some point he will scout out this base. And Sad's actually going to take another base over here. Bases being this spread out is quite troublesome for a Protoss player. Their armies are usually fairly slow. This Overlord is pathing and is going to find this base over here, but he still has not seen this one. He will eventually find it at some point. He will find it, and he will send over something to just take out that base. There's not much there to defend it. The Mothership Core is there for an overcharge. That'll help a bit. These 2 Overlords are just kind of chilling in the middle of the map, and they'll get taken out. Small little victories for Sad, again, trying to find a way to get back in this game. But right now, there are 16 Mutas and 4 Corruptors on the field right now. And there's only 2 Void Rays and 3 Phoenix. And the Phoenix don't have the range upgrade yet, so it's going to be a really, really hard fight for Sad to fight against these Mutas, especially with the Corruptor support. +2 air attack on the way, and small engagement almost happening. Mineskiller wisely just backs away. He knows he doesn't need to take that fight. He did see this base, and he is sending a Roach hit squad up there to take it out. And I guess Sad didn't see that an Overlord had scouted it, because he let that base finish, and it has no chance of really surviving. It's going to die here in this. So he's going to lose these 400 minerals, plus the cannon and the pylon. So it's a fair number of resources lost there. Just for an attempt to get in this game, but Sad is doing what he can to make himself get back in this game. Just no upgrades right now. He's still on 0-0. He's just now almost halfway done with +1 armor. And engagement is happening, and again these mutas are gonna have to fly away. It's 5 Phoenix right now versus how many? We got 16 mutas and 6 corruptors out. So Sad has a good composition against this army. The Guardian Shield with the mutas and the Stalker support will push away these mutas, but upgrades will eventually just bowl Sad over, essentially. And if not that, Mindstalker can just fly around and kill off bases. Twilight Council finally coming down for Sad, trying to get some more tech up. And again, he's gonna try to snipe the space. Actually, he sees all the armor over here and he's gonna just run away from it. He knows he doesn't want to engage that, and he indeed is not going to. He's adding on still just more mutas. He's up to 25 mutas now, which is a very large number. Corruptors in here just kind of spitting their goo on some of these units, but they're just so much slower than these mutas. It's a very micro-intensive trying to keep them all together and keep everything steady. So we do have +1 air attack or range attack done also for Mineskiller. So he will be able to eventually add on some Hydras. He is getting range and movement speed for his Hydras. +2 air attack is just about to finish. These mutas are going to fly around and look for more bases, it seems, as Mineskiller takes his own 4th. But this base is finished now, but he still is only on 2 bases. He's going up to Temple Archives, going to get some storms out, and with some really good storms, these mutas will basically melt. That and Archon support, but they're going to fly in here and pick up what they can, and these cannons do not cover much. He's going to have to move his army over and bounce back and forth between these 2 bases, and it can be a lot of trouble for him. 66 workers to 56 right now. Sad is still in the lead. He has been in the lead for most of this game. After that, actually he's been in the lead for the entire game, I believe. He's kept making probes after that initial oh shit, there's a base in my base moment. But this is a large muta flock right now, and he's content to leave it just at 25 mutas, and he's starting to add on roaches and hydras against this comp here. Force fields will have to do a lot of work, and the Phoenix will be relegated to trying to pick up units, but with the mutas and everything else attacking all at once, with the upgrade disadvantage that Sad is at. +1 attack is just about to finish. He only has +1 armor. He's going to be going up against 2-1 and 2-0 for the air units as well. No Carapace on the way yet for the mutas and Corruptors. Where are the Corruptors at? The Corruptors seem to have gone away from their friends of the mutas. There they are. Hello Corruptors. Want to join your friends again. Storm is only about 25% complete, so he's going to want to hold off until Storm gets out. Storm will be a huge game changer for him, but I don't think he's going to let him finish it. He's just going to push in here, and force fields are good, keeping out most of that ground army. Even though mine is trying to attack from both angles, these mutas are very quickly dying. He's already down to 10. He's going to lose basically pretty much all these mutas. He's down to 5 mutas right now. The ground army is kept away almost completely, waiting for the Mothership Corps. Where is it at? There's the Mothership Corps. Mothership Corps recalled over this base so it could float on overcharge, but the upgrades are just shining through right now. +2, +1 is done, and this ground army is just going to push in here and take out all of the army. And it was a great engagement for Sad. Probably the best engagement he probably could have had, but it just wasn't enough. Just barely wasn't enough. Morphing in a ton of zealots, but without charge, they're not going to be able to do too much. Storm's just not finished. And if he gets some minerals, he will warp in a lot of Templar. 17 more mutas just about to hit the field for Mineskiller. This will eventually be cleaned up. He's doing his best trying to save this Nexus, and it does just barely fall to these 4 hiders that are left over. And with that, Sad is going to GG out of this game. Rather intense last engagement, probably the best possible engagement for Sad, but he was just barely unable to hold off there, and losing that base was just too much. He had no more workers really, because with that recall, every single worker also came with the Mothership Corps. So he everything was in this base, and losing it was the killing blow. So Mineskiller takes this series 2-1, and he's going to move on to the 3rd round of this tournament, and we'll be back more with some more games from this tournament. Goodbye.